Hello everyone and welcome to part 2 of a replay between Select and Dimaga here in the Delta Quadrant. Select now trying to take this expansion over here with Marines that are now 3-0 upgrades, also with Thors that are 3-0 upgrades, so Thor's hammer will be able to smash those Ultralisks very easily. Ultralisks, even though they have 5 armor in this particular situation, will not be able to deal all that much. Now, these roaches are actually preventing these Ultralisks from coming in, so Dimaga just needs to move down, take down those rocks, and move back out once again. However, this expansion is in play. Are we going to get some Baneling drops? No Banelings in there, and that would have been the perfect location. However, we are going to get some roaches dropped from this high ground. Poor Marine quickly going to get taken down there. These roaches may be able to take down this missile turret and then move down and try to deal some damage into this location. However, Medevacs now coming into position here. Those roaches taking some splash damage from these siege tanks on that low ground, and these roach harassment will get taken down. However, Marines and Marauders dropping into here. Infested Terrans now coming into position. Ultralisks unable to get there, getting just tangled up, and now the Infested Terrans also tangling up the rest of that army there. So Select now trying to fight army-wise. We now see a 49-50 versus a 51-25 armor upgrades and weapons upgrades. So we should get to see an additional armor upgrade. Yes, the level 3 Carapace upgrades. So these Ultralisks will have 6 armor in just a moment. However, another drop. So Select using the high mobility of these Medevacs and these destructive powers of these Marines and Marauders, able to deal a lot of damage so far, being very effective with this dropship play. Once again, more Marauders now moving out. So because Select has a smaller army, now trying to use tactical aggression and trying to deal with this attack here. One Ultralisk, will it be able to take down this hatchery? Will these Marauders? And down goes another hatchery. So Dimaga just losing hatcheries left and right, losing a hatchery here, lost, I believe, no, did not lose a hatchery here, lost a couple of drones here, and now in comes another drop, going after some key evolution chambers. Evolution chambers now getting taken down here. Will they get picked up in just a moment? Once again, picked up and moved out, and now these infestors need to be able to spawn a fungal growth and then shoot those medevacs out of the sky with infested Terrans. However, we do see Dimaga trying to recover from the loss of another hatchery. So you now see Dimaga only running off of 3 mineral patches here, and also back over here. So these mineral patches pretty heavily saturated. This mineral patch by Select is pretty much mined out, so we need to see another expansion over here at this rich mineral field location. We should probably see another command center being lifted off in just a moment. So another command center being built over here. No, not over here. Where is that command center? I don't care. Not going to spend the time to look for it, as a hatchery now being placed down here. So drones now making their way over, trying to perhaps get some additional creep and also get some long distance mining in, getting some additional gas. Dimaga trying to set up this expansion over here. Once again, Marauders and Marauders being dropped off over here on that high ground, allowing them to be healed up, and now Mutalisks coming into play. So Dimaga with a great tech switch will be able to take down the rest of these medevacs. That medevac does have 4 units in them. Down goes one dropship. Medevac now trying to save these Marauders here by dropping them onto the low ground. Down goes one medevac here, as this expansion now going into mass starport. So Select now producing 3 additional starports. We do see a greater spire, so we may see some broodlords in just a moment. I hope we do, as we now see Marauders over here. Once again, another drop play coming in by Select with more and more drop play, once again denying an additional 2 hatcheries. We do see more hatcheries over here by Dimaga. Dimaga trying to continue to pressure. These Ultralisks do not have creep to utilize, as this force now once again moves out. We do have Mutalisks in the air trying to pick off the rest of these units here. One medevac may get taken down. No, not gonna get no, another fungal growth. Oh, so a very well-timed fungal growth will be able to take down this medevac. Medevac already down to 19 hit points, and there it goes, losing all of those Marauders in tow. Select now trying to take this expansion over here. We do see that the Overseer is in this location and will be able to spot this very quickly, with all these Ultralisks, Banelings, and Infestors over here in very quickly should be able to take this down. Ultralisks with those Kaiser Blades able to destroy those rocks in just a moment, and now the command center should be upgrading to an planetary fortress in just a second. We do see some changelings already on the move. Is the SCV gonna get a kill? Oh no, the SCP doesn't get a kill, and now as this one Marine trying to stick within this group here. So now once again moving out, we do see the Overseer. The Overseer could have tried to contaminate the planetary fortress, and now Ultralisks now moving out. Fungal growth moving in. Ultralisks trying to deal as much damage. A fungal growth on top of those SCVs would be very powerful as well. More fungal growth. Infested Terrans now being spawned into the siege tank line, as more siege tanks taking more and more damage here. Ultralisks trying to chomp away, doing a great job at this so far. and now able to deal more and more damage, and Select in a very, very desperate situation needs to find something to do as the Ultralisk trying to just roll into the situation here. Ultralisk now continuing to push, dealing a lot of damage. One Planetary Fortress, however, taking down one Ultralisk here. However, there is going to be one Planetary Fortress in this location. The Planetary Fortress will be able to rack up these kills very, very quickly. However, the Kaiser Blades now starting to slash away at this Planetary Fortress. Down it goes. Another draw play over here, trying to deny an expansion over here. Oh no, just Marauders being there for quite some time. Select, however, very, very low on resources, only able to mine using mules out of this location, as sitting at 1600 somehow. So that number should be dropping very, very quickly, unless I am missing something, unless he has an additional expansion somewhere. So yeah, somehow he is still able to mine out 1600 minerals a minute. And out off of 2 bases, that just means full saturation off of 2 bases. Meanwhile, Dimaga sitting at 1400, trying to get full saturation here, and just minimal saturation here, as this place is nearly mined out. The center of the map still has a decent amount of Ultralisk. Ultralisk dealing 47 damage per attack with a range of 1 and an attack rate as fast as a Marine. So that's going to be a lot of damage indeed. However, we are now going into battle cruisers. Battle cruisers have been nerfed a little bit. Instead of dealing 8 or 10 damage per attack, only dealing 8, so that thick armor on these Ultralisks will be able to reduce the damage from 8 down to 2. So these battle cruisers with that fast attack rate of 0.23 will have to try to deal enough damage in order to win out on this fast. The battle cruisers nearly able to get almost 5 attacks per second. Once again, however, a group of Marines and Marauders using stim able to just charge in, take down one hatchery, maybe able to take down this hatchery as well. Going after this hatchery, these Marines and Marauders with that 3-1 upgrades, able to take down that hatchery so quickly. So just stimmed Marines and Marauders, these Ultralisks moving very, very quickly, even on creep. However, not able to catch up with those stimmed units. And once again, we now see some Broodlings moving in. However, a group of Thors and battle cruisers now making their way. Broodlords move very slowly at a movement speed of 1.41, enabling those Thors to catch up to them. However, in comes some Ultralisks. Ultralisks now trying to chomp away. However, the army of battle cruisers catching Dimaga completely off guard. Too many Ultralisks now on the ground. Will he be able to tech switch into Corruptors fast enough? We are now getting the level 1 missile attack upgrade. However, these Marauders, these Thors are now really countering those Ultralisks, while these battle cruisers are countering those Broodlords. So those battle cruisers now in the air able to deal 7 damage against another air unit, and now continuing to fight and move out. Those Broodlords in position to try to protect this expansion over here. Those Broodlords able to drop these Broodlings. Those Broodlings are really the thing that are dealing the majority of that damage, as those Broodlings have the full armor and attack upgrades, dealing 7 damage per attack. Once again, oh, Yamato cannon against those Ultralisks. So those Ultralisks trying to flee. Will they be able to? Thor's now coming into position here. However, those Thors will get taken down very, very quickly. However, those battle cruisers are still trying to give chase. And now, once again, however, mass Corruptors now in the air. Corruptors now fighting against here. Are they going to corrupt these battle cruisers is the key question. They need to corrupt those battle cruisers. Otherwise, these battle cruisers will be able to win out on this fight. And now more and more of those Corruptors just getting shot out of the sky. Corruptors versus battle cruisers. These Corruptors do have a natural armor of 2, so reducing the damage from 7 down to 5. However, not using that corruption ability was going to be the key loss by Dimaga. However, Dimaga getting reinforcements at just the right time, able to attack and move. Range of 6, decent damage there, as now we also are getting one Ultralisk down over here. So Select not upgrading that to a Planetary Fortress, getting a little lucky. However, that one Ultralisk becoming an assassin, chomping away at all of those SCVs, able to finish that down. So army fighting Broodlords, Corruptors, Thors, battleships. The only thing I have not seen is a Ghost and a Reaper. So great play so far. Battle cruisers now moving out once again. Marines trying to salvage this location. We have mules being called down over here, fighting back and forth. Dimaga trying to hold onto his expansions. We currently see Select not mining at all, now using mules at the high yield mineral location, and Select now trying to blow away this hatchery over here. Zerglings, Corruptors now in the air, able to finish off the rest of these battle cruisers. And now that Select does not have any additional air forces, I don't think, I'm not sure how he will be able to continue to stay in this game. Dimaga, if he's able to convert these this army of Corruptors into Broodlords, should be able to get back into this game very easily. Corruptors now on the move once again. Broodlords on the move once again. And this fight is just going so well for Dimaga. Dimaga blowing away this whole entire very, very heavily teched out army, And even though Dimaga has lost so many hatcheries, another hatchery loss here, he's still able to stick within this game. Dimaga only mining from 1 base or 2 bases fully, as now Broodlords are now trying to drop away. Broodlings chomping away at this one planetary fortress that was currently being upgraded, and now we once again have more Broodlords in the rear. Broodlings just dropping onto that ground, and Broodlings with an attack speed of 0.65 and a base damage of 7, dealing so much damage here. I do not see the armor upgrades on these barracks, so those Broodlings will be able to deal the full 6 damage against those units. Select continuing the fight over here, but things not going well for Select. Ultralisk, Broodlords, Broodlings, Banelings against Battlecruisers, Thors, and it could have been anyone's game. However, Dimaga just able to just out macro, and what a crazy game this was. Select taking this game here in the Delta Quadrant. Select able to use Ultralisk and fully upgraded Ultralisk and upgrading his Broodlords. No, not even upgrading his Broodlords, but fully upgraded Broodlings as well. These Broodlings dealing so much damage, and I believe able to just pick apart at these barracks. So what the Broodlord is able to deal 20 damage per 2.5. So I believe that means that its damage per second is actually less than 10. Yes, but the Broodlings damage is actually higher than 10. So the Broodlings are in fact dealing more damage than the Broodlord per attack. We also had those Corruptors, very, very nicely done by Dimaga, getting those Corruptors. I wish he had used Corruption in order to increase the damage taken by those Battlecruisers, and he would have been able to morph more of those low hit point Corruptors into Broodlords. Meanwhile, back over here, Dimaga never really fully mined out this location, just mined out his gas location, and once again, Select, even though he was able to destroy a lot of hatcheries and try to keep on top of Dimaga, Dimaga was able to expand out across the map and take this game. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed this epic replay here in the Delta Quadrant.